Welcome to this edition of El Segundo City Council Recap. I'm your host, Martha Guzman Hurtado. Let's take a look at some of the items presented to the El Segundo City Council at their February 16, 2021 meeting. The City Council approved the items on the consent calendar. A couple of items to note: approvals of warrants was called out to bring attention to how the city spends money to sustain day-to-day operations. A recent survey from the community revealed that some members of the community are concerned about why City Council focuses on businesses and economic development. City Council shared they focus on these areas because they provide the needed funding to cover city expenses, such as the payment of nearly $800,000 in pension-related costs. Another item that was discussed authorizes the city manager to enter into an agreement with California Green Business Network to secure a $30,000 grant from the state to start a green business program in El Segundo. The El Segundo Environmental Committee and the Chamber of Commerce recommended that the city join the program to encourage businesses to take steps to protect the environment. Also, City Council ratified an agreement allowing CenterCal additional time to enter into a construction contract regarding the golf course improvements portion of the Topgolf project at the lakes at El Segundo. Providing Topgolf additional time will not affect the project timeline, and Topgolf is on track to open in spring of 2022. The City Council held a public hearing for Prop 218 notice for water and wastewater rates. The city clerk did not receive any written comments regarding the proposed rate increases. Water and wastewater rates in El Segundo are increasing because pass-through costs from the City of LA's Hyperion wastewater treatment plant have significantly increased, 92% since 2017, and are expected to continue to increase. El Segundo is 100% dependent on West Basin Municipal Water District for the supply of water. The cost to purchase water is going up 5 to 6% per year. The City of El Segundo has not had a rate increase since 2016 in the wastewater system and 2019 in the water system, and needs to realign its rates to reflect current operating costs. The city clerk opened the protest ballots for water and wastewater. They did not meet the majority needed to protest the rate increase, allowing the City Council the ability to adopt the increases. The council voted to accept the ordinance to set the water and wastewater rates for the next 5-year period, and the item will be brought back to the March 2nd meeting for adoption. The 9% wastewater increase will go into effect April 2nd, 2021, and the 3% increase for water will go into effect January 2nd, 2022, and each January 1st through 2025. During staff presentations, El Segundo Emergency Management Coordinator Dr. Randall Collins shared a COVID-19 update. The number of cases, hospitalizations, and deaths continue to significantly decline throughout Los Angeles County. As of February 16th, ICU capacity was 14.8% compared to 0% on February 2nd when the hospitals were overwhelmed. The case rate on February 2nd was 38.7%, and as of February 16th was 20%. The positivity rate is 7.2%. If the county continues in this downward trajectory, it will be in position to move to the red tier in the reopening framework by spring. Additional good news for the city is that FEMA is expected to reimburse the city more than $2.7 million in recovery costs associated with the pandemic. The All Hazards Incident Management Team coordinated with Park Vista and a healthcare provider to facilitate vaccines for 35 residents. The team continues to work with local restaurants to safely reopen outdoor dining following all guidelines. LA County announced that it meets the threshold to reopen elementary schools. Students in grades TK through 6th are permitted for on-site learning if the school is in full compliance with state and county directives. Vaccines continue to be in limited supply across the country. The priority groups continue to be healthcare workers and those individuals 65 years and older. To date, El Segundo has administered 202 vaccines, first and second doses. There are approximately 800 vaccines on order for city employees, fire, police, Park Vista, and the school district. The team continues to look for vaccines. City Council voted to receive and file the update as well as ratify the January 29, 2021 amendment to City Administrator Order No. 1 to address COVID-19. The order allows for outdoor dining and supports businesses that want to take services outdoor. The City Council also authorized city staff to send letters to Governor Newsom and Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors urging an updated health officer order to allow kids to play all sports. The council also directed the city attorney to look into litigation to allow kids to play sports. To support this effort, please contact state and county officials via the contact information provided on elsegundo.org. As part of the COVID update, the City Council adopted a resolution designating the first Monday in March as COVID-19 Memorial Day. During staff presentations, Council voted to authorize the City Manager to enter into an agreement with Many Mansions to serve as the city's affordable housing services provider to develop and manage affordable housing units, services, and programs. Many Mansions representatives were on hand and shared their enthusiasm for working with the city to help find affordable housing solutions. Finance Director Joe Lilio provided a fiscal year 2019-2020 budget year-end report. Each fund ended the fiscal year budget with sufficient revenues to cover recurring costs. Funds such as the General Fund and the Wastewater Fund continue to face budget challenges and will be closely monitored through the end of the fiscal year 2020-2021 and will be addressed in the proposed fiscal year 21-22 citywide budget presented to City Council in April. Public Works Director Elias Sassoon provided information about the City of El Segundo's floodplain management ordinance revisions. He mentioned that FEMA contacted the city to request an amendment to allow residents and businesses eligibility to renew or purchase federally subsidized flood insurance. City Council voted to amend the ordinance. To watch the complete City Council meeting for February 16, 2021, and learn more about the agenda items covered, visit elsegundo.org or watch the meeting on Channel 3. Thank you for watching this edition of El Segundo City Council Recap.